Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2022 Volkswagen Jetta. There are some changes for 2022, including a base engine that gets better fuel efficiency. It's a little bit smaller, but it has a turbocharger, some new technology, and quite a few other features. Let's get started with the outside of the vehicle. Now, you will note that there is LED headlights on the front. Also, the taillights are LED, which is important so you get nice bright lighting, but it's also more controllable so you're not blinding oncoming drivers. This vehicle looks very similar to last year's model, but there are some changes on the inside. But as far as the exterior, it's very sporty, as most Volkswagens are. Standard is 17-inch alloy wheels. They run on Kumho all-season tires. Coming around to the back, you'll see those LED taillights, the Jetta logo here, which is slightly updated, and this is the SE trim level. It has a nice sporty sport back look. I love the black detail breaking this up. This vehicle looks very similar to the previous generation. This vehicle offers a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, roadside service, and quite a bit more than some of the competitors in this class. And that's an important factor when you're looking at total cost of ownership. Let's take a look at the inside for visibility, seating, and technology before we take it for a test drive. Here in the second row, there is plenty of head, shoulder, and knee room. There's a pocket behind the passenger seat. There is nothing behind the center console. You'll also find that when you put down this armrest, there is 2 cup holders. As far as seating, there are spots for 3 people, but only 2 child safety seats. These seats fold 60/40. Tons of storage in the door, speaker, window lift, door latch. Pretty simple. Let's take a look at the technology and the features. Starting in front of you, you've got an 8-inch Volkswagen digital cockpit. This instrument display does have some adjustment to it. It is not customizable, but you can put your average fuel economy in the middle if you want. You can say, no, I want to do this. Switch to the right. You can get some additional information. Again, very easy to use. On the right side of the steering wheel is all the information you need, so you can make the adjustments. And there you go. Now it's been idling here as we're talking, so it should get 33 miles to the gallon combined. You've got additional information here. Steering wheel has your standard Volkswagen controls. Standard Volkswagen controls on the left for cruise control and volume, and on the right for that screen in front of you, and some adjustments and different views, depending upon what you want. This vehicle has tilt telescopic wheel. It's all manual. Switching over to that center screen, it is 6.5 inches. There is not a lot. This particular one has AM, FM, and that's it. Media connection, so if you want to use navigation or satellite radio, that has to come from your Bluetooth connection, or if you wish. This 6.5-inch center screen is a touch screen, which I do appreciate. No navigation, however, there is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. AM and FM settings are here. You have to connect your phone either through Bluetooth audio or corded in order to get navigation. Your menu has radio, telephone, your vehicle settings if you want to check your tire pressure or additional information, vehicle status. It's all right here. App Connect, which is where you're going to get most of your information and data. Climate control, of course, there's manual climate as well. You can adjust it this way. Further down, you've got your heated seats. Climate control right here, nothing unusual, something you should feel comfortable with. USB-C charge ports, no wireless charging, but there is a spot to put your phone. This is what we used to call the Prindle, your shift lever, an outlet for your radar detector, and these are for other options which are not on this vehicle. Further back, you've got cup holders and spot for your sunglasses. Glove box has even more storage. I do like the fact that it is light colored. Makes it easier to find things. The materials are a lot of hard plastic, a little bit of softness here. It would be nice if it's a little bit more soft materials, but remember, in this price point, you can't ask for the world. And of course, tons of storage in the doors. Above, you've got a sunroof with a manual sunscreen. Very nice. Emergency button in case your vehicle is disabled or you're in an accident. And then controls for the doors or any other adjustments. Under the hood of our test vehicle is the new base 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. It's a double overhead cam motor that puts out 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. There is an optional 2-liter motor that puts out 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Standard 6-speed manual transmission, but there is an optional 8-speed automatic. Fuel economy, 33 miles to the gallon combined, and it's a front-wheel drive platform. Last year's model had a 1.4-liter base engine. This is a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. It's a little bit more zip. I mean, you're talking about 11 more horsepower. That doesn't seem like a lot, but instantly you can feel that it has pretty good acceleration. Now, I have it in the sport mode. That's by taking the drive mode and pushing it back one more to the S mode, which is sporty. Going into the regular drive mode, obviously, it's not going to have as much pickup, but that will impact the fuel economy. I did notice right away that this turn signal is kind of loud. In regular drive mode, it has pretty good pickup. I prefer it in the sport mode, gives it that extra kick, and that's really what you need. This vehicle is easy to drive, by the way. It's one of the easiest cars to drive because German vehicles tend to have a very specific handling feel to them that you do not get in domestics. You don't get it in the Asian cars. It's specific to German cars. It's just a flavor about the vehicle that gives you a confidence about handling and braking, of which the brakes and the handling on this car are really nice. Very precise, very specific, but that's pretty much how the Germans like to build cars in all trim levels of all models. And I think that's one of the reasons they've been so successful in the marketplace is when the German cars, such as Volkswagen, have had a certain following. Remember that Volkswagen is part of Volkswagen Group, which is Audi, Seat, Skoda. It also goes as high as Bentley, Lamborghini, and Porsche. But Volkswagen itself has always put together a really solid car. And if you ever owned one in the past, you know what I mean. It's a certain feel. And if you haven't test driven one, you should, because you can get that very specific feel, and when you point it, it goes where you want it to be. There's no slop in the steering wheel. There's no slop in anything on this vehicle. It's well put together and balanced. Now, the Volkswagen IQ safety system has a lot of features. Besides forward collision warning, it has lane change departure, lane keeping, and it has a semi sort of automated lane centering. It's not full autonomous. Nobody has that, so don't let anyone convince you that that is something that vehicles have. But the fact is that a lot of the safety features that are available on this car and are standard and improved for 2022 is what makes this vehicle have a 5-star crash test rating, and that is what you want. No matter what you're driving, safety is critical. It's not just you, it's your family and other people on the street, and you want to have a safe vehicle, and this vehicle has always done it. They used to call it Fahrvergnügen. Don't ask me to explain it, because I can't, and I can't even spell it for that matter. But the fact is, Volkswagen's always been about safety, as all brands are, but they put a lot of standard safety features in, which make people want to buy this vehicle. When it comes to visibility in this vehicle, it has a huge front piece of glass, and looking out the back, it has a sloped piece of glass, so you actually have really good visibility. There is a backup camera, which is standard, which is true on all vehicles, especially in the 2022 model year. That became mandated by the government, as seatbelts and other things have over the years, because it makes the vehicle safer for you and for people around you. Now, as far as seating, the driver's seat is pretty comfortable. It's power, it's got lumbar, but the passenger seat has no adjustments other than manual adjustments. So that's something important for you to keep in mind. May or may not make a difference depending upon who's using the vehicle. There are heated front seats, which is great. Leather wrapped steering wheel, which is also very nice. Our test vehicle does not have a heated steering wheel. Is that critical? Well, it depends where you live in the country, because sometimes you need it in cold weather and other times it doesn't make a difference. As far as drive comfort, this vehicle has a very comfortable ride. And you have to get used to the brakes, by the way. Initially, they're a little grabby at low speeds, and that's something you're just going to get more comfortable with the longer you own it. And just like any vehicle, you know where everything is over time, and that's an important factor. You'll also notice in the interior has a ton of storage, not just cubbies in the door, center console, you've got the glove box. There's a lot for putting your stuff in here. When it comes to cargo space, this is one of the best assets that the Jetta offers. 14.1 cubic feet of storage, 60-40 split seats. It's important to note those seats do not fold flat. There is a spare tire, which I think is a major plus, but overall the lift over is easy. and certainly a plus for this vehicle. When it comes to pricing for the Jetta, it starts about $20,300 and goes all the way up to $28,000. Our Jetta SE came in at $26,000 with no additional options, but it was really well loaded considering the price point. There was a lot of value here. Now, there are some really nice pros and cons with this car. On the positive side, this has really nice performance considering the small engine and good fuel economy, improved ride, a lot of new safety features, which is always a plus, new technology, and its customizable center screen. All of these are pluses for a vehicle in this category, and tons of storage in the center console as well as in the doors. They've really thought about who's using this vehicle. On the negative side, we found that the brakes were a little grabby at low speeds, but I think that's something that you can definitely get comfortable with. And also there was a lot more hard plastic parts inside than you would want, but again, we're talking about this price point. There are a lot of competitors in this category. The main competitor is the Honda Civic and the Mazda 3, but you've got the Hyundai Elantra. Kia has competitors as well as other brands. You really have to test drive all of them, which we have. You can check that out on our channel and make a decision based not just on the price of the vehicle, but also the cost of insurance. Remember, the more safety features, the lower your insurance costs. Overall, one of the biggest factors when it comes to the Volkswagen Jetta is its safety rating, which is a 5-star crash test rating, which is top of the line. This is a great car to choose if you're thinking about something a little different, a little sportier than some of the other competitors out there, but it's really important that you find the vehicle that fits your needs best. Now, I did not cover every single little detail in this vehicle, and I'm sure you have additional questions. Put that down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get you an answer. If you own a Jetta, you've owned one in the past, we'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And if you bought something else, what did you buy and why did you buy it? Let's open that conversation and create a forum so we can all learn from each other so you can make the wisest choice. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. The details on our podcast, the website, and of course other information including social media are down in the description below. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for your support on our Patreon page. We appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you next time.